The elf never expected that the little boy she casually saved in the labyrinth had already turned 16 this year. You should know, in this world, 15 means adulthood. The moment she realized she had spent a night with a grown man, this single elf girl instantly blushed red. But what she didn't expect even more was, the man in front of her was actually from another world, and the way he got his seek-eyed was pretty weird. On the day before summer vacation, just as he walked into the classroom, a flash of bright light suddenly filled his vision. The next second, he found himself standing on a vast grassland. Then he was attacked by a horned rabbit. Sensing danger, he had no choice but to run, but he slipped, and when he fell, he just happened to crush the rabbit to death. That's how he barely survived. After sorting out the situation a bit, his biggest problem now was food. Looking at the corpse beside him, he hesitated. He couldn't make a fire, and didn't even know if the meat was edible. Just when he didn't know what to do, a system voice suddenly rang in his ear. An appraisal panel appeared. It showed that the horned rabbit was not only edible, but perfect for making soup. Just to be safe, he decided to take it with him. Then he began exploring his skills. To his surprise, the system could appraise things based on his thoughts, so he tried appraising himself, but something felt strange. His class clearly showed appraiser, yet there was a pseudo label in brackets. He couldn't understand it, but there were still plenty of skills to test. One of them, Eye of Mastery, looked powerful, so he started acting all chuny. The scariest thing is sudden silence. Luckily, no one was around. After the awkward moment, he tried activating the tutorial, but the tutorial required a lot of time. Fortunately, the world map skill worked instantly. With that, he kept walking until dusk. Finally, he reached a road, and as expected, something unexpected happened. A monster was staring at him, hungry and ready to attack. At that critical moment, an elf girl saved him. That was their first meeting. Thanks to a translation skill, they could communicate without barriers. After a short conversation, he realized the place he had been standing on was actually a labyrinth devourer. The fact he was still alive was pure luck. Then he appraised the elf in front of him. Her name was Amalia, known as a sniper of the Elven Forest, and she was 56 years old. Only after seeing a real elf, like the ones in novels, did he truly believe he had entered another world. Seeing him look like a child, the elf instinctively pulled him into her arms. He felt happy, but also a bit speechless, being treated like a 10-year-old kid by a female elf. Before he knew it, night had fallen. Luckily, he had brought the horned rabbit, so they had a full meal after that. They chatted. The elf learned he was alone and had come from far away. So, out of kindness, she said, she would take him to the city. He was extremely grateful. To prevent monster attacks, the elf cast a magic barrier before sleeping, but since he had just arrived in this world, he couldn't fall asleep. With nothing to do, he checked his status panel. It turned out, Appraiser was a rare class of rank B. Its appraisal ability allowed him to see target stats and traits, but since it offered no combat skills, it was considered non-combat. As for the pseudo-label, he still couldn't figure it out. The next day, the elf was shocked to discover he had the extremely rare world map skill. Just its navigation function and ability to show nearby creatures was enough to make countless people dream of it. Any adventurer with this skill will drive others crazy with envy. In her eyes, he was a complete newbie, but in her heart, she had already started thinking about teaming up with him. At that moment, he sensed a nearby monster called the Crystal Horned Rabbit. The elf instantly got excited because its horn was extremely rare and could be used to make universal medicine. It could easily sell for 200 gold. For the sake of getting rich, she immediately took action. Using appraisal, he discovered the rabbit had a escape skill and presence detection, meaning they couldn't approach carelessly. The elf confidently said that wouldn't be a problem because her skills could block sound and scent. He was shocked by that, but in truth, his own skill was even more valuable. With the world map, he could precisely locate hidden targets. She even thought any adventurer team would fight to recruit him. In fact, she really wanted to team up with him. She was just too shy to say it, so she thought if she could get the crystal horn, he would definitely admire her and maybe even ask to team up himself. Amalia quietly approached from behind, holding her breath, not daring to relax. She used her strongest attack right away. But she never expected her full power strike was easily dodged. Reality hit hard. As long as the rabbit had its escape skill, they had no chance, and she had no stronger attack. Just as she was about to give up, he suddenly got an idea. In theory, as long as the rabbit was attacking, it couldn't use escape, so he decided to act as bait. While the elf waited for the perfect moment, they quickly set the plan. The elf used magic to guide the rabbit into a high wall of earth. There was only one exit, and at that exit, he lay on a rock, completely defenseless. On say, the rabbit attacked, everything would go as planned. Although he was just lying there, the whole strategy depended on his appraisal. He had discovered the rabbit's intelligence was low. If all other escape routes were blocked, it would attack him. As the rabbit was defeated, he gained experience and leveled up. From now on, leveling would no longer be a problem. Meanwhile, in the realm of gods, the gods thought he did well, but this was only the beginner tutorial.